everyone, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching the channel as always. I'm kind of looking up at y'all because I don't want you to see the garage, that much of it anyways, because pretty much done. Don't want to steal the reveal. But part one, I showed y'all what I did with all the file cabinets and everything of that nature. Part three, I'm going to show y'all more of the workbench setup that I have and how I got to what I did there. In part two, though, in many videos since I've moved here, I've introed right here, and I've always struggled with lighting because of the way that my garage is oriented and the way that the lights are in this garage. And when it's nice outside, I like to work with the garage door open, and what that does is it blocks a lot of light that comes in. So in part two here, I'm going to try and provide a solution to that. I'll show you what I'm going to do here in just a second. But what hopefully it'll do is allow me, like if I'm out here in the evening and have the garage door open, I don't have to rely on the sun, or I'm not working in darkness or trying to use one of my battery lights. I'll have enough, hopefully have enough light in order to work comfortably under this garage. Let me show you the problem, number one. Number two, I'll show you the solution that I'm trying to put up. Number three, we'll see it how it looks when it's dark outside and how when it's light outside. So I think all in all, I spent about $100 to do this. I was given electrical conduit by my grandpa because he had a bunch in his garage and he doesn't have any electrical products or electrical projects coming down the line that warrant 500 feet worth of conduit. I shouldn't need nearly that much, but we'll go ahead and get started here. And I hope y'all are enjoying this process so far. I figured this would be kind of cool to show over the week of the holidays here, Christmas and New Year's, and Boxing Day, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. So let's get started. Any ideas you see that I could do better, or feedback, feel free to put it in the comment section, or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com, or at ellismowers09 on Instagram and Facebook. Let's get started. Well, let's get started with the problem. Let me show you what's going on. So this is my garage door. I don't have, one thing I could do is put like one of them window insets in my door, but that's a little bit of work, not the cheapest thing to do. The door works just fine. I don't really have an issue with it. The problem is when I have the door open, it blocks my lights in the front there, and those lights aren't the most powerful in the world, especially because I got them on clearance. One of them is a little bit different than the others because the other 5 here in the garage are the same. They provide good light, but even with the door closed, it's not really that bright in the front, and I also have zero light when I have the door open. So my solution is I have these motion lights that I'm going to put, because I have my garage door is not this, like if you have a cookie cutter home or whatever, it's a car and a half. Well, my door is not as wide as a car and a half garage door. It's more of like a, I don't know, a one and a quarter or something. I don't know. It's like in between a 1 car and then your whole 1.5/2 car single door setup. So I have some room on the sides of my garage to allow me to get some light underneath these doors here, underneath the railings and whatnot, so they can bleed down into the concrete area that I usually work in. So what I've done is I've mocked up one of them here. I've kind of put it on the edge, and I can swivel it around if I need to. The second one I'm going to kind of try and put toward the corner here, probably more about like right here beside the brooms, because I need it shining kind of, that's the best angle it's going to give me to shine down into this area. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So put one of them kind of here on the edge, one of them toward the corner over there, and well, we should have some decent lighting in this garage after that. So all I did, can't show you all that yet. Y'all have probably seen it in the background of a video already. But just bought these cheap hardwire floodlights. I think they're about $16 a piece. You could probably go to like a Habitat Restore and find them cheaper. And then I bought just the outdoor LED. I got the daylight, the 4000K bulb, 1300 lumens a piece, 5000K, because that's 5000 is a little bit better for TV / on camera, so to speak. I think these are like 5500, and I think those are 4000, so it's already kind of got the cool colors in there. So all I got to do, I already got like outlets in the ceiling and whatnot, so all I need to do is go just put these up. I mean, it's very simple to put them up. Do some wiring work. What I am going to do is tie it to a separate switch so that I can have the main lights on and then ISO the other lights and have those to where they're not on if I don't want them to be on. So I just need to tap into a hot wire to do that. I don't know exactly where I'm going to do that, if I'm going to put a junction box up, because all of this is on the same breaker in the house. So I kind of am at a little bit of a disadvantage to that. But with LEDs and stuff, they don't pull a lot of power as it is, so I'm not really concerned in that nature. But I want to be able to like ISO the switches, just make it look a little bit more professional. If I want to do like more of a intimate setting in the garage, I can turn these lights on and just have the front lit up and have the back dark back there. So as opposed to having them all on, just because I can, you know. So let me put these up. I'll show you what they look like up, and then we'll turn them on. All right, so we've got all 4 of them up. Well, it kind of looks a little unconventional, but my goal is to get better lighting for y'all. So what I did, just briefly, is wood ceiling all across. I just had to drill a hole, get the wires up there, and then put 2 3/4 inch screws in the weather ring and all that stuff to screw it in there, and then just install the lights basically. So now I've just got to go up into the attic. I'm not going to take y'all up there because it's a really, really tight fit, and tap into a hard wire, and I think what I'm going to do is hook them up, come out, and then disconnect the power, and then hook up to the main power. So I'm going to hook all 4 of these, daisy chain them together, and then hook them up to the main power and be done. So let me get to that. I'll rejoin y'all when I get everything wired up, and we'll see how bright these things are. I'm kind of excited for this. All right, so I wanted to show y'all the lights. So from so many videos, y'all seen this, especially when I'm filming at night. And with the 4 lights we have installed, well, I'm just going to flip them on here. Hopefully that makes a big difference. She says it does. So that's good. So this is at night. And obviously a lot of times I'm showing you the back of the garage, but we're not going to show it to you now. I've got them on both sides here. Let me actually get up and I'll show you what I've done. And so they are pretty bright. They're 1300 lumens a piece. And then we come over here, you can just see how much brighter they are in relation to the rest of my garage. So I've got equal, I mean, I'll show the light to you with it on and with them off. You can tell the difference very drastically. So that is everything in here when it comes to lighting. It was fairly easy. What I had to do after I installed the lights that I showed y'all, I just had to go into my above the ceiling here and pretty much just wire it all together. And then with the switch, I was also able to put an outlet beside the switch, so I have another outlet in here as well. And I just put some conduit up through the ceiling and wired it down. I used an existing outlet and switch that I actually had in the shed that's no longer, or that's not wired for electrical. So it's up to spec, so to speak, is what it should be in a garage setting. And we should be ready to rock and roll when it comes to a lot of stuff now. Hopefully this right here will make filming videos in here a lot better for y'all. I put the 5000K bulbs in here, so that helps out a lot in terms of just making everything just brighten up and giving some definition to it. So this is part 2 of this series. I hope you all have enjoyed it so far. Part 3 is going to be coming up at the end. I'm trying not to show you all a lot until we actually reveal everything. And what we're going to do is adjust some of my workbench settings here in the garage. So that's what we're going to end up doing for part 3, and then I'll do the final reveal in a separate video. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this one, and I will catch y'all in part 3 when we finish organizing this thing. See you then.